Aujo, the leatherweight champion, and you must be wondering why that song I Love My Africa from some African stars, and that song is dedicated to the 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations that is set to kick off on the 2nd of July 2022. And then in readiness for the 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations in Morocco, the camp of Nigeria Super Falcons is already bubbling with 19 players already in camp. The team head coach Randy Wardrum revealed the list of invited players 2 weeks ago to accommodate Nigeria Women Football League and the previous Super 6 top scorer. Talking about Monday Gift and former Real Madrid Femenino defender Chima Okeke. And according to the update from the camp, 19 players are already in and are already observing their first training session right about now at the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja. 13 more players are being expected to join the Super Falcons ahead of their encounter in Rabat, Morocco for the 2022 Africa Women's Cup of Nations. And among the players in camp already include skipper Onome Ebi, Barcelona forward Aziza Toshuala, Osinachi Ohale, Rashida Ajibade of Ajibade, I beg your pardon, of Atletico de Madrid women's side, Tochukwu Oluhi, Rita Chukwuelu, and Monday Gift, the only MPFL players, a player, I beg your pardon, available in the Super Falcons at the moment. And the Super Falcons, who is also the competition defending champions, is in Group C alongside rival Bayana of South Africa and two debutants. Talking about Botswana and Burundi. The semi-finalists of the competition will represent Africa in the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. And so for the Super Falcons of Nigeria ahead of that competition, they've already kickstarted a training session, with the first training session going on at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium with Coach Randy Wardrum, and the girls actually crossing the T's, I beg your pardon, and dotting the I's ahead of that encounter as they look forward to go to Morocco to defend their title, which they won the last time in 2016. And sorry, I won't correct that fact. The last Africa Women Cup of Nations was held in 2018, and the host city was Ghana, where Nigeria actually defeated them. South Africa 4-3 on penalties after regulation time ended goalless between the Super Falcons of Nigeria and the Bayana of South Africa. And let's let you know that in that 2018 edition hosted by the Blacks by Ghana, it was Cameroon who actually picked up bronze after defeating Mali 4-2 in 19 minutes in that encounter. So the 2020 edition was actually cancelled, like we all know, due to the coronavirus pandemic that affected almost all sector in the world, and the sports was not left out, and that actually affected the 2020 edition of the African Women's Cup of Nations. And now it is here again, and Morocco retains the hosting right to actually host the 2022 edition. And in about less than 2 weeks from now, it is going to be the opening ceremony between Morocco and the opening ceremony of the African Women's Cup of Nations for 2022. And the host, Morocco, will actually kickstart that campaign. And like we mentioned earlier, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, 9-time African champions, and also the defending champions, the cup holders of this particular competition, they are going to kickstart their campaign in Group C with South Africa. Talking about Bayana of South Africa, and it was this same South Africa side they defeated defeated back in 2018 to clinch a record 9th title. And don't forget, for the records, the Super Falcons of Nigeria have actually retained the title for two times in a row, and that is clinching the title 3 times in a row. Of 2014, they defeated Cameroon 2-0 to win the title in Namibia, and in Cameroon 2016, they actually defeated Cameroon again by 1-0 to clinch a second successive title. While in 2018, in Ghana, they defeated South Africa on penalties. 4-3 it ended after the regulation time ended goalless to maintain to actually pick the title for a third and straight and successive season. So looking at the Super Falcons record from the onset of the African Women Cup of Nations, the first edition was in 1991, and Nigeria was the first winner of the African Women Cup of Nations after they defeated Cameroon in that game. 2 goals to nothing it ended. While in 1995 as well, Nigeria actually defeated South Africa again to clinch the second title. And since 1998, 2000, 2002, and 2004 and 6, Nigeria won all of this encounter, and the 1998 edition was hosted here in Nigeria, where we defeated the Black Stars of Ghana 2 goals to nothing in regulation time to pick a third AFCON title. And in 2000, it was against South Africa, whom we defeated 2-0, and the South Africans actually abandoned that match. They didn't finish that game, and we went all the way to South Africa to actually defeat them to pick our 4th straight title. And the 5th one was in 2002, where we defeated the Ghanaian counterpart also 2-0, and that game in 2002 was played here in Nigeria. And we went back to South Africa in 2004 to defeat Cameroon 5-0 at the end of 90 minutes to win a 6th title. And in 2006, we came back here to the shores of Nigeria to defeat Ghana again by 1-0. And so the only times where we missed out on winning the title just on 2 occasions. That was in 2008 and 2012. And both times it was Equatorial Guinea that hosted this competition. And in both occasions, Equatorial Guinea emerged champions. And in 2008, in their home soil, they defeated South Africa 2-1 to pick their first AFCON title. And the following edition, Nigeria defeated Equatorial Guinea 4-2 in South Africa to win the 2010 edition before the Equatorial Guinea side actually hosted 2012 and won it against South Africa. And we got back to our winning ways since 2014. And since then, we've gone all to win it 3 times in a row. Are we going to replicate the same record to actually win a 4th successive title when we get to Rabat, Morocco? Like we all know, when you mention the Super Falcons on the African continent, it's like mentioning Real Madrid in the UEFA Champions League. So when it comes to the African Women Cup of Nations, we are nobody's mates. We be nobody mates. May they not even think at all. But be that as it may, there are no minnows in football, as a lot of players are already talking tough from the camp of other teams. From the camp of Burundi, they've actually been talking tough. Although they said they are not here to actually win the title, but they are here to learn lessons and actually shock the Super Falcons of Nigeria. Why for Gatlana, South Africa's player, she has actually said, this is the time to dethrone Super Falcons of Nigeria. Will they be able to do that? Looking at the kind of players we paraded, we are going to parade, I beg your pardon. And let's keep our fingers crossed and see if they will be able to dethrone the Super Falcons of Nigeria. When we get to Morocco, let's let you know that Burundi national female team are already in Morocco, and they are getting acclimatized to the weather, to the turf in Morocco, to actually keep them abreast and prepare them ahead for the African Women Cup of Nations tournament. And now let's talk about Super Falcons ranking in the latest FIFA women's ranking, where the Falcons of Nigeria are 39th in the world. And the World Soccer Governing Body, FIFA, has released the women's latest rankings for June 2022. Unlike the men's ranking that is being conducted every month, women's ranking is slated for every 3 months. According to the rankings released on Friday morning, talking about this morning, Nigeria Super Falcons is ranked 39th on the table and remains first in Africa. Nigeria, who is presently preparing for the 2022 Africa Cup of Nations in Rabat, Morocco, will hope to improve on a ranking by the time FIFA release the next rankings. Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon is second best ranked team in Africa and 54th in the world, while the Bayana of South Africa are third and 58th in the world. So what that means for the Super Falcons of Nigeria being the first ranked team in Africa, the best ranked women football team in Africa. They are going to be playing third best ranked team in Africa in the opener of the 2022 Africa Women Cup of Nations in Morocco, and that is about 2 weeks from now. And the top 10 for Africa's team when it comes to women football for the ranking, Nigeria sits in number 1 position, followed by Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon, and in third position are the Bayana of South Africa, and followed by the Ghana national female team. And in 5th position, we have Cote d'Ivoire. In 6th, we have Tunisia. Equatorial Guinea occupies 7th, while host Morocco are 8th on the log. For Algeria, they occupy 9th position, while Mali are 10th on the log, and that is the first 10 in the African continent when it comes to women's ranking in football. And with the 2022 Africa Women Cup of Nations around the corner, Africa Soccer Governing Body and CAF has actually released the list of referees that will take charge of the competition. 12 countries, including the defending champions Nigeria Super Falcons, have qualified to take part in the tournament, and they have already been grouped into 3. The football governing body in Africa released a list of 40-man referees, which includes Nigerian duo of Patience Madu and Mimisen Yohe. The list includes 16 center referees, assistant referees, and 8 video assistant referees. Talking about the VAR, the competition, which will be the 14th edition, will be staged in Morocco and will also stand as the qualifiers for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup that will be co-hosted by Australia and New Zealand. And we will go on a quick musical break, and when we come back, we keep you with more updates, bring you more updates from the African Women Cup of Nations and Morocco 2022, where we expect the Super Falcons to go all out and win their 10th AFCON title. And now that we are going to be listening to Shakira, Waka Waka. And welcome back. It's Citizen FM 93.7, and this is Evening Sports on Citizen FM on the station 93.7. Don't forget, my name is Friday Joshua Omo Babauju, the leatherweight champion. And to watch us live at the moment, you can go to our YouTube channel Citizen FM 93.7, and on Facebook Citizen FM 937, on Twitter at Citizen FM 937. You can follow all our social media handles, but at the moment, for you to follow us on live and see what's happening in the studio, follow us on YouTube on Citizen FM 93.7. And now let's go quickly away from the Africa Women Cup of Nations, talking about Rabat in Morocco 2022. And now let's let you know that the Football World Governing Body, FIFA, has named cities that will host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. It is the first time in FIFA history that the World Cup will be played in 3 different countries, which includes the United States, Canada, and Mexico. For the first time, the tournament will have 48 teams instead of 32, resulting in more host cities than usual. And the United States of America has 11 host cities, which include Atlanta, Boston, Dallas, hosting Kansas City, Los Angeles, talking about the Sophie Stadium, Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, San Francisco Bay Area, and then Seattle. While Toronto and Vancouver are the 2 host cities in Canada, and Mexico host the World Cup matches in Guadalajara, Mexico City, and Monterrey. And so for the 2026 World Cup, talking about the FIFA Men's World Cup, we will see 48 teams do battle for the most coveted national or international team competition, which is the world biggest football festival for international for national teams. And it's no longer going to be 32 teams. Instead, we'll have 48 teams, countries do battle to actually win this coveted title. So until 2026, let's enjoy the 2022 Qatar World Cup, which will take place from November 24 to December, and where we will all be in Qatar by November, by the end of this year, to actually do this year's edition of that festival. But while we wait for the 2026 edition, where we engage 48 teams, let's enjoy the 32 teams that will do battle in Qatar at the end of this year. Now let's go to transfer windows as it concerns Nigerian players, and the Belgium Jupiler League side and Club Brugge has slapped a huge transfer fee on Nigeria forward David Okereke. The former under-23 Olympic Eagles attacker joined Club Brugge in 2019 from the Italian side Spezia, but spent last season on loan with another Serie A club, Venezia, who was relegated at the end of this season. And he posted an average performance with the Venice club, scoring 7 goals in 32 appearances. According to a reporter from Belgium club Brugge, has released list of 3 players that are surplus to required, and Okereke's name was present alongside Ikel Kemrik, Kremsic and Thibaut Viltink. The reports further suggest that Club Brugge is willing to recoup the 8.1 million euros they used in purchasing Okereke from Spezia in 2019. And another Nigerian striker, Anthony Nwakeme, is on the radar of two Turkish and Super League heavyweights. This link is coming barely 24 hours after he said his goodbyes to Trabzonspor fans on Thursday. The 33-year-old, whose 4-year contract ends this month, couldn't have it renewed after both parties failed to reach an agreement over his new demands. The Nigerian, who has been consistent for the Karadines Fitinasi in the last 4 years, scored 47 goals and made 45 assists in 145 matches for Trabzonspor, thus helping the club to their best season finish in their history as they won the Turkish League for the first time in 38 years. A new twist have emerged about the rumored move to English Championship side Hull City on a free transfer, as it looks set that the Super Eagles striker could remain in Turkey. According to Turkish Football News Update, two Istanbul giants Fenerbahce and Besiktas could lock horns for Nwakeme, who scored 13 Super League goals in the just concluded season. And Fenerbahce are interested to transfer Trabzonspor player Anthony Nwakeme. Also, Besiktas has started transfer negotiations with the former Trabzonspor player, talking about Nwakeme, and that is coming from Turkish Football News Update. And straightway to the English Premier League, where Liverpool, the Reds, the Anfield's landlord, have actually agreed a £35.1 million deal to sell Sadio Mane to Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich, according to BBC. According to the report, Liverpool will get a fixed £27.4 million with an additional €6 million based on appearances and €3 million based on individual and team achievements. Liverpool rejected two bids from Bayern Munich before accepting their latest offer for the 30-year-old, whose deal with the Reds ran until next summer. Mane joined Liverpool for £31 million plus £2.5 million in add-ons from Southampton in 2016. And news of his departure follows Tuesday's signing of Uruguay forward Darwin Núñez from Bayern Munich for an initial £64 million, alongside fellow forwards Mohamed Salah and Roberto Firmino, who are both 30 years of age. Mane has been an integral part to Liverpool's success in recent years. The trio helped the club to win the Champions League in 2019 and then end a 30-year wait for the league title in the following season. This has also been an exceptional exceptional year for Mane, who won the Africa Cup of Nations with Senegal, qualified for the 2022 FIFA World Cup, before helping Liverpool win the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and finish runners-up in the English Premier League and the Champions League. He finished the season with 3 goals in all competition. And this man, talking about Sadio Mane, who was gotten from Southampton back in 2016 into the folds of the Reds, was very instrumental for Jurgen Klopp in all of the achievements since 2015 till date, as he has actually be a very integral part of the side. And I begin to wonder how Liverpool are going to fare after the departure of Sadio Mane. Although they engaged the services of Darwin Núñez and who they got actually from Porto, and let's see how he gets into the team. Let's let you know that in the fold of the Reds at the moment, there are various options in the attacking force, but will they be able to cope without Mane? How will Salah cope without Mane? As we've seen the pair between Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah, and just to add then Roberto Firmino in the past years as an incredible one. And however, we wish that Mane becomes very important at Bayern Munich. I believe in that guy so much that whatever it takes, he is going to break into the team for Bayern Munich at the moment. And we hope to see him replicate his great form, which he began from Southampton to Liverpool and now to Bayern Munich. We hope he continues in the same fine form. And I hope to see him in the UEFA Champions League. And hopefully he help Bayern Munich win the UEFA Champions League while he remains there. And now let's go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where we have Tottenham Hotspur. They've actually completed the signing of 25-year-old Mali midfielder Yves Bissouma from Brighton and Hove Albion on a 4-year deal worth £25 million plus add-ons. He becomes Spurs' third summer signing following the arrival of goalkeeper Fraser Foster and winger Ivan Perisic on free transfers. Bissouma made 124 appearances for the Seagulls after joining the club from Lille in July 2018. The North London club were initially interested in signing him in January. The coveted central midfielder started 26 Premier League games for the Seagulls last season, scoring once. He played an influential role for Graham Potter's side as they secured 9th place in the Premier League, the highest finished in the club's history. Potter says the transfer is very good for the player and the South Coast club. He went on to say he has shown us his undoubted ability and being an important player for us during his time with us. Now he has a new challenge with Tottenham Hotspur, including the opportunity to play Champions League football, and everyone at the club wishes him well. Bissouma said last September it was not his time to leave Brighton, but that he wanted to play in the Champions League, which Spurs have qualified for next season. The deal follows a Brighton signing of Paraguay forward Gilo Esinto on a 4-year deal. And if you are just joining us, this is Citizen Sport on CitizenFM 93.7, and we began this evening edition with the African Women Cup of Nations, where the Sport Falcons of Nigeria have actually begun training at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium for this encounter, where they hope to clinch a 10th African Women Cup of Nations title, and also the 4th in a row since 2014. And we hope with 19 players already in camp and 13 more expected to join the Sport Falcons. Talking about the girls led by Randy Waldrum as they began their training sessions at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. Now to react to their preparations ahead of the 2022 African Women Cup of Nations, where they will face Burundi, South Africa and Botswana in Group C. What do you think the Super Falcons can do to actually retain their dominance when it comes to the continental showpiece? Now the number to call is 0818-222-2205, 0818-222-2205. We would like to take 1, 2, or 3 calls before the end of the show, as we've got just less than 15 minutes to wrap up the show at the moment. While we expect your caller, we'll take a musical break and we'll take a listen to Waving Flag, the remix by Nan, Banky W, and MI. And when we come back, we'll give you other stories from other sports making the rounds in the world of sports. And welcome back to Citizen Sport. And now let's take you to the world of tennis, where Rafael Nadal says he intends to play Wimbledon after having treatment for his chronic foot problem. The 22-year-old Grand Slam champion had said he would not keep playing if he continued to need an anesthetics injection in his left foot. However, the Spaniard had treatment last week to reduce nerve pain and is planning to play Wimbledon, which begins on June 27. The 36-year-old said the last week of training tells me there is a chance. My intention is to play at Wimbledon. And he said he will travel to London on Monday and play in the exhibition event in Ollingham, which begins on Tuesday. The two-time Wimbledon champion has been practicing on grass court in Mallorca to test his fitness. And he said, I am happy. I haven't been feeling limping for a week. I have noticed changes with the treatment. I still have strange sensations. Sometimes I can't feel my toes. And but the pain that did not allow me to support my weight on my foot has actually subsided. Nadal has a rare degenerative condition called Mueller-Weiss syndrome, which affects the bones in the feet, and last year feared his career was over because of the condition. However, he started the year in stunning fashion, winning the Australian Open to secure a men's record 21st Grand Slam title. He then went on to win a record-extending 14th French Open title last month, but needed multiple injections in his foot throughout the tournament. Nadal underwent a radio frequency ablation treatment, a procedure which uses heat on the nerve to quell long-term pain. After returning from Paris last week, he missed last year's Wimbledon to give his body time to rest after his loss in French Open semi-finals. He reached the last four on his last appearance at Wimbledon in 2019, with the 2020 tournament cancelled because of the coronavirus pandemic. And quickly, let's take you to cricket, where England broke their own record for the highest score in one-day international with a mammoth 498-4, wow, against the Netherlands in Amstelveen. In Matthew Mott's first game as England's new white ball coach, Josh Butler finished unbeaten on 162 from 70 balls as he struck an incredible 14 sixes and 7 fours. Darwin Malan, who scored 125 wickets, and Phil Salt 122 with his maiden ODI turn, also both made centuries off 90 and 82 balls respectively, as the Netherlands bowlers were smashed to all parts of the ground. England's total eclipsed the 481-6 they made against Australia at Trent Bridge in 2018 and breaks the List A record of 496-4 scored by Surrey in 2007. A total of 26 and sixes rained down on the uncovered stands at the VRA cricket ground in Amstelveen, and fans assisted the Dutch players in searching for the ball every time it disappeared into the forest which surrounds it. Liam Livingstone's cameo at the end of the innings was just 2 balls short of the fastest ODI half-century, as he blasted 50 off just 17 balls, finishing with 66 off 22 balls. Fittingly, Butler hit the runs for England to reach the record ODI total with a 6 launch over deep mid-wicket off Shane Snatter on the miserable day for the Dutch bowlers, with long spinner Philippe Boesveens 10 wicketless over cost 108 runs. And that's the size of the package this evening on Citizen Sport on the station Citizen FM 93.7, your number one station, your newest station in the capital city of the FCT. And my name is Friday Joshua Omobabaujo, the leatherweight champion. And thank you, Fred, the ICT guy responsible for our YouTube and all our social media handle. I say kudos to you. You've been for great assistance to this show. Until I come your way tomorrow for the weekend edition at 5 p.m. And we'll be taking 2 straight hours to discuss happenings in the world of sport from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, and also on Sunday 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. I remain the leatherweight champion, saying good night.